What's good, what it is, what it ain't, and welcome back or welcome to my YouTube channel. Whoop, whoop, whoop. I'm very tired and I'm very hungry. So I got some Wendy's on my desk. I don't know if y'all can see it, but I do. And I'm about to inhale it real quick and then I'm gonna come back to the video. What's good? I'm back. The lighting is kind of different. Hour and a half because I got my hair braided up, but I'm like kind of self-conscious about wearing it out on camera, so I'm not going to wear it out. I tried to convince myself, but it did not work. Life has been crazy. I have been creating and producing so much content. If you don't follow me on Instagram, please do. My social should be popping up on the screen right now. I have been producing a lot of content like Instagram Reels because I'm like a part of a program they have or whatnot. But I just been creating Reels and TikToks and just like making sure my content is wholesome. I have not been able to focus on YouTube because I lost spark, honestly. So you gotta have a balance like within taking care of yourself and having a social life. And I lost balance like within the social life. So when I came back to creating as far as videos or anything of that sort or that nature or taking pictures, it was nothing. Like I was just nothing, burnt out. I haven't created, so I'm confused as why. So I had to take a step back from society, gather myself, gather my energy, call my energy back, and now we're here right now. Now, today's video, I felt like I was just so creative when I made this because I don't recall seeing any videos like this. So you must be here because you want some advice, tips, or strategies, or whatnot, whatever you need to know for being a RA, or you about to be a RA, you need to know what to prepare for. I got you. I'm here, girl. I've been there, done that. I'm 2 years in the game, and I feel like with these 2 years I got under my belt, baby, they are baby. If y'all knew the half that I went through with these boys, oh my god, like, we're gonna get into all of that. If you don't know, I attend Benedict College in South Carolina, Columbia, South Carolina, and I am an RA at Jenkins Hall. If you plan to come here, come see me, come live here. I'm a great RA, ask about me. So, the first thing on the list, my first thing, although they can be your friends, well, associates, because y'all can't really be friends. Although these people may be your friends on the outside, always remember that when you're in this building, they are your residents. Like, you have to draw that line. You have to be really strong on drawing that line because people will overstep the boundaries. Like, a student will think just because y'all are really close and buddy that they don't have to follow certain rules. So say like, for example, we have curfew at 12 a.m. I had some kids who I'm really cool with. We kick it all the time. We talk about all the stuff in the world. We talk about whatever. We have good, great conversation. For the most part, he's really cool individual. However, it became a point where he got caught like sneaking in, and he would always be trying to call me to help him get out of trouble, or he would just think he didn't have to follow certain rules. And I had to like put him in, not to check him, but to remind him that I'm your RA, I'm your residential advisor just as much as I'm your friend. I'm sorry. I have to like enforce these rules. I am sorry, but at the same time I'm not sorry because this is my job on the line. This is where I live. So if I'm letting you skip over these rules, you're gonna have somewhere to live after you do everything that you do. I won't because I knew better and I agreed to the contract to watch over you and be your residential advisor and not your friend. So like you have to really draw that line and stand firm on it because you can get really messed up. Like I done had so many kids turn on me, like breaks my heart. And turning mean like something can happen and as soon as their parents get here or push come to shove where they in an interview or they in interrogation, baby, they're gonna blame everything on you and they're not gonna have no remorse and they're just gonna look at you like, sorry, not sorry. To prevent all of that, draw that line in the sand and you won't have to go through it at all. Tip number two should have been the first tip, honestly, because this is like the main thing. Make sure you have the time to be an RA. Do not agree to being RA simply because you want the free rooming and boarding. You get it for free when you're an RA. But don't do that. Don't accept this role thinking it's just gonna be easy peasy lemon squeezy and you don't really gotta be here for the kids. You don't need to be in the building. And you don't have to do your job because it is the complete opposite. And a part of me got smacked to the face because I thought it was gonna be easy breezy, and baby, oh, was it not easy breezy? Like, it was not easy at all. I had to sacrifice a lot of things, and one of the main things was my time. I had to make sure I had time to do room checks. I had to have time for the desk. I had to have time for meetings. I had to have time just to be open as or like being available, having my door open, or simply just like checking in with kids. I had to have that time to give out. So with that being said, if you feel like you're just too busy to be an RA, you probably are too busy to be an RA because it requires time. You never know what can happen. Like if a fight breaks out in the dorm, majority of the staff has to come and check on that. If the police is there, they may want to talk to you. You never know, like you can be called anytime. Like at our school, I know here at Benedict College, when you're a residential advisor, you can't be a certain amount of miles away from campus because you need to be on call. You're not really supposed to leave campus at all, like at all. However, oh, I'm spilling tea, too much, but you're not supposed to leave campus as an RA. You're supposed to always be available at like 25/8 because you're an RA. So yeah, please make sure you have the appropriate time to be an RA, and that it can make sure it won't collide with your schedule and it can fit within your classes as well. Don't think you can do 18 credits and your boss has to accept that you're doing 18 credits and work around your schedule, because truth be told, the boss does not have to work around no schedule. The boss can just, like your dorm director can just make a schedule and smack it up there, and that's it, and you have to come to work or you'll be fired. However, I am lucky enough to have a dorm director who works with us and works all of our schedules to where it all works perfectly for everybody, where there's no fuss, no fight, no just having to come to work or whatever. Also, side note, if you plan to be an RA at Benedict College, you also have to make time for RA events. The RA Association does have an organization on camp, and it is the biggest organization on camp, meaning the most students are involved, and we have to set up like 3 events every year. So this year we had like a TikTok challenge, we had a RA gun violence walk, and we did one more thing, I just forgot what it was. But I had to like call off work for one of those events because I forgot to call off, and when the event came up, I'm like, okay, I gotta go to work, but I also have to go to this event. If I don't go to this event, I could be on the verge of getting fired. So I kinda need to go to this event. So I had to like go to the event, you know? So stuff like that can happen. My next thing is, be a people person. Don't think you can be a residential advisor and be antisocial. It does not work. I mean, to some extent it does work. To a very small extent it works, because you have to socialize damn near every time you walk out your room. As soon as you walk out your room, you're RA, and people can ask you any question they want to ask you, and that is from staff and faculty all the way down to every student on campus that is a resident that lives in a hall. Like, they're allowed to ask you questions because you're now considered like a part of the faculty of the school, and that means you should be able to help students if they need it, type thing. You want to be a people person because parents are dropping their kids off in this building like that can be miles away, and you want to be as comforting as possible within that process. Like for me personally, I know I try to comfort parents as much as I can when they come to my building, because I just want them to know like, okay, I know you understand that your kid is leaving and you won't see them for a while, but listen, I'm the second version of you. I'm gonna do everything in my power to make sure this kid is safe and that they come out successful and graduate and do what they're supposed to do. I'm gonna do everything on my end that I can, that's in my power. I just reiterate that so much with parents just so they can feel a little bit more comfortable when letting their kids come to college. Another thing is, anyone can walk through your building any time of the day. I'm not sure how this works at other schools, but at Benedict College, let me stop saying Benedict College. So yeah, at BC, here at BC, anybody can walk through the dorms. Like the dorm director, not the dorm director, but the man over housing, our dean of students, his name is Mr. Kuhn. He can walk in our building any second of the day and just start strolling through. And if he says anything wrong, like anything, like somebody's gonna get in trouble, he's gonna want an explanation. You know, like he could be walking around with some visitors, some investors of the school, they just wanna see the dorms, and they walk in and see trash on the floor, or they see kids like screaming, they hear screaming, or doors slamming, or the dorm just doesn't look up to par, or everything is not where it's supposed to be. You will get in trouble. Somebody gonna get in trouble. Whoever is on shift, somebody gonna get talked to. So yeah, please make sure like you're a people person, and all of that dials back to you being a people person and being able to socialize and just being out, you know. The next thing is, be a role model / example for your residents, because one thing I noticed is people come to college, because I remember my freshman year when I came to college, I was looking up to upperclassmen. So when I see my RAs, I'm like, okay, they do this a certain way, or they do that, or they go talk to this person, they know this person. I would just watch little stuff they do and take note, and like kind of somewhat in some shape or form follow behind them through the guidance. Like, okay, they act this way at a party, they told me not to do this, they told me to speak to this person. All that I listened to because I didn't know what I was doing. I was a freshman, I needed that guidance. I was in a fresh new place and a new environment, like 11 hours away from home. So somebody had to guide me, and these were like the first figures that I had. Like, these are the first people in my life at the school, like a role model to me at the school type thing. So it's the same thing now that I'm RA. I have to uphold so much because my kids would like repeat or say anything that I do. Like if I told them the Kappas made a barking noise, they will go outside and go ask somebody, or they're gonna say, why the Kappas not barking? People gonna look at them like they crazy, and they're gonna ask them where they got that from, and they're gonna say, oh, my RA Khari said. Things like that happen on a regular. That was a scenario I was just giving y'all. For the most part, anything of that, like anything can happen like that, and you just want to be the best person you could be all the time and uphold that great RA role model / image. For me, like a lot of my kids know that I'm like social media influencer. So when they see me, they know that like, Khari, you always got your camera. Khari, you always on the move. You going to class, you doing something. Like they barely even see me in the building, only because whenever I get free time, it's either I'm catching up on work, or I'm trying to do a YouTube video, or I'm brainstorming for content. So it's never really a down moment for me, but I do have my times where I allow them to just come in my room, just kick it, just have conversations. I go in the hallway, I talk to the kids, I just chill with them, you know, get to know them on that level, and ask them about school, tell them how to do certain things, you know, if they need to cheat on the class, what they need to do, if they need to talk to this person, they need help with their financial aid, all that good stuff, you know. And that all falls into being a role model. You basically like teach them the ins and outs of college. I know with my residents, I taught them so much. I taught them I taught so many kids about Divine Nine Life and how not to disrespect them. I stopped them from doing so much dumb stuff as far as schooling. Kids just, they don't know. They do not know a lot of stuff about college, so they need that guidance. Like, I don't taught kids how to register for classes, how to talk to their advisor, how to taught kids how to email, how to type paragraphs, how to do APA format. Like, as a residential advisor, you're so much more than just a residential advisor. You're like the president, kind of like, you're like a second-hand president of the college, because you need to know stuff about the college to tell the kids. You need to tell them where the classroom's at. You need to know the hours of the library. You need to know the hours of the caf. Like, a lot of this stuff, it may seem like a lot, but you learn it over the time, because you're constantly repeating it. You're repeating it to parents. You're repeating it to students. You're repeating it to faculty. Like, it's stuff you just grasp over time. So yeah, that's one thing. And then my last thing is document everything. You never know what could happen. And I mean, yes, there's such thing as cameras, and yes, cameras work and they're very reliable. However, you want to document on your behalf, because people can put words in your mouth. People can lie about situations. People can manipulate so many things in the situation, or involve so many people that had nothing to do with it. You really just want to document everything just for your safety, because having a paper trail will save you in the long run. Like, for example, let's say a kid was selling weed. This kid, when he got caught, he lies to the police and says, you knew he was selling weed and you let him. So when the police come to you, they start asking you, okay, you're an RA. Why didn't you report this the first time? Do you have any documentation? Did you smell any weed? Did you do any X, Y, and Z? Did you follow this protocol, this procedure? And if you go to them and say, I have nothing, and he's lying, that's all you got, they're gonna look at you like, well, he said you seen him. And right here on this camera, it's showing you was by his room. So we need some type of explanation. So in my part, to back me up in that situation, I would have documented that we had a conversation. I would have documented whenever I smelled a lot of weed on him. I would have, like, you know, just have those small note just in case to save your ass, because you can lose your job. And if you do lose your job as an RA, you have to get out whenever they fire you. You don't have, I mean, they give you a certain amount of hours, but you're not going to be able to sit a whole day. You're not. If you do, it's because you know somebody and they felt bad for you and they trying to help you with your situation. But for the most part, you will be kicked out of the building immediately. Like, pack your stuff up and go. Sorry, not sorry. So yeah, once again, document everything just for your behalf. For my BC people that's at BC or planning to come to BC or planning to be an RA at BC, you're gonna need to document a lot. You're gonna need to document a lot. Alrighty, and honestly, that is it. That is all. Those are like the main things I can think of as far as being an RA. If you want to hear more stuff about RA, like the RA stories, X, Y, and Z, follow me on TikTok at Khari Famous. I do a lot of RA point of view videos and just explain the different stuff that I go through within the process, within my life of being a residential advisor. If that's all, thank you guys for watching. Please do not forget to watch my other videos. So I don't know, I'm running out of stuff to say. I'm really thank you guys so much for supporting me and watching me. I will be uploading, let me not say that. Just thank you guys so much for watching and supporting. It's greatly appreciated. It warms my heart every day when I go check those views or when I go check those comments and somebody says they're learning from me. So I really hope you learned something from this. If you did, or you have any advice you wanted to add to this video, or you feel like I missed, or drop it in the comments, because I'm down. I'm here for it. I want to hear your opinion or whatever advice that you have that I may not know about, and just let me know about how it is to be an RA at your school, you know. So yep, that is it. That is all, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Thank you guys so much for watching.